Hi, everybody. It's me, Delusion Dispeller. I'm live. I don't know why, because I don't know what I want to talk about tonight, if anything in particular. It's been a long day, been a crazy day. At least online, it's been a crazy day.
Talk about love and pancakes.
Love and what? Man cakes.
Pancakes, not man cakes.
I thought you said man cakes. Anyway, so anybody that comes in can really pick the topic, honestly. If you haven't seen it, I did a parody on Marissa. I asked her permission first, which she granted me. She said, sure, I don't care. So I did a parody. I cannot get her accent for nothing. And if I do get it, I can't keep it. So it's a very hard accent to manage. But I think I got the gist of some of the funny stuff, and I added some stuff in myself too. People seem to enjoy the parody, so I guess it wasn't offensive. My husband was kind of enjoying it too.
I enjoyed it a lot.
I enjoyed doing it. I really want to do some more parodies, but I definitely will not do them unless people give me permission, because I'm not doing it to be mean at all. Likewise, something I said this morning was not said to be mean at all either. And it was totally misinterpreted, as I kind of thought it might be. I don't have anything against people who do whatever they do. I have something against activities that people do.
Actions.
And I'm sure actions, activities, and they're kind of the same thing. Anyway, I'm sure everybody has their things that they do that other people don't like either. I was just voicing my opinion on things. And I'm not the only one with that opinion, actually. Some people in my life, some relatives have actually said the same thing to me, that, oh, wow, that's a really pretty person, really pretty woman. But when they pick up that cigarette, it's just like they're not so pretty anymore. And it's not that they literally lose their prettiness. It's that in somebody's perception that doesn't agree with that type of thing, that just, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It just does something in your mind to make you think, ick, I guess. And it's more the cigarettes that I'm angry at than the person. And I'm not angry anyways. But it's disgusting to me. Like I said this morning, the habit is disgusting. And more than disgusting, it's dangerous. And it's horrid. I watched my grandmother die from emphysema, from smoking for years, and then she quit. And it was the most painful and sad thing I've ever seen in my life, watching her gasp for air and have to be on oxygen. And it was terrible. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. And so I guess it's not so much my opinion of the person goes down, but my fear for the person goes up, maybe is the best way to say it. Probably a more caring way to say it. I just look at that and I think, man, that poor person, because I can only imagine what the lungs look like on people that do that. Anyhow, so that's enough on that topic. You get the drift, I think. So I see people popping in and out. Nobody really wants to stay. Interesting. That's the gist of YouTube anyway. People either love you or hate you. There's usually not an in-between. I don't know. Maybe my husband wants to talk. Why are you sighing at me?
Ooh, Lemmings.
I guess he must have seen a game that he wants to play or something.
I've never played Lemmings. I'm trying to get away from RPG games.
Hi, Joyce. I see you retracted your message. I'm sure it's okay to post whatever it is you're going to post.
So here's my issue.
Okay, my husband has an issue. What's your issue?
I don't know. Actually, give me a minute.
Okay, let him gather his thoughts.
You say that there is no middle. What did you say exactly?
I said people either love me or hate me. There's no middle ground.
Right. My view, and this is something that's always upsetted you, is I believe and see that there is a middle. That it's not one way or the other. It can be in between.
Yeah, no black and white thinking going on over there.
I'm all gray, baby.
Thank you, Joyce. I'm glad you loved my parody. Thank you. It was Interesting. To try to come up with all that stuff, and now I know what Pink goes through when she says she has to think ahead. You really do, because you got to come up with witty little funny things to do. Hi, hello, my name is Billy. Welcome back. Yeah, I wasn't going to go on tonight, and then I thought, what the heck? Maybe some people want to talk or listen to me ramble on or whatever. I don't know. Like I said, I would like to do more parodies, but I would definitely have to get the people's permission first before I do a parody. I know a couple people have told me they want me to do a parody of them, so we'll see how that all goes down. There's a couple people I'm thinking about. I'm kind of hesitant because some of the people I would want to do a parody of would take it offensively and probably get pretty ticked off. So yeah, I know you do, Joyce, but some people that do that habit don't agree and are probably pretty upset with me right now. And I think that's pretty common when someone has an addiction. They're going to get upset when you confront them and say, I don't like it. I don't think you should do that. It's not healthy for you. It's bad. Not that you're bad, but that is a problem and it's not good, you know. And addictions are hard to break. They're not impossible to break, but they are difficult to break. And anyone that confronts their so-called, I guess, sacred cow or whatever, any of us that have any vice in our life that get confronted about it are not going to appreciate it. And they're not going to be very happy with the person that addressed it, myself included. If when I was addicted to the computer years ago, the internet.
When you were?
Huh?
When you were?
He loves playing on that because he knows my ex-husband has that issue with me because I was very addicted to the computer. I was an internet addict. There is no other lighter way to say it. I basically just told my family to go jump in the lake. I'm on the internet. This is where my friendships are now. I don't need any of you, and I'm on here, and this is my new family. That's how I was back then. And when my ex-husband confronted me and said, look, this has become a problem, I'm about ready to throw that computer out the window, I became vicious. I didn't want him touching my addiction. I liked my addiction. I liked having people that praised me no matter what I did. I could do no wrong with certain people. And I loved the drama back then. I loved being in the middle of the bickering and sneaking around backstabbing people and just being vicious, really vicious. But I enjoyed the heck out of it. Sin is fun for a season. The Bible says that. But in the end, it brings forth death. And it almost killed my relationship with all my children, one of whom it still continues to, unfortunately, eat away at. But that's more on her end because she cannot forgive and refuses to forgive. Joyce says hello.
Hello.
So when I talk about addictions and I say things bother me because they are an addiction in people's lives, I'm talking and coming at it from a point of somebody that was a former addict. And no, I do not believe that if you are an alcoholic or were an alcoholic, that you're always an alcoholic and you're always an addict. I don't believe that. I believe there is a time when you can get free from it. So, but people that are alcoholics will tell you, well, I'm an alcoholic and I know the next drink is going to lead to more drinks. And, you know, as long as you think that, yeah, possible. But I don't believe you should go around with that mindset. So that's just me. Anyway, did you want to say something? Because you're like sitting here. So I'm guessing you had something to say.
I'm sorry for being in your video with you. I'll go away. Jeez. I was just trying to act like the loving husband and support you.
You are my loving husband, and please don't pull borderline behaviors out of your hat, honey.
See, why do you have to label everything?
Because that is a borderline behavior. When somebody says, I think you're going to say something, and you say, well, I'm sorry, I was in your video. I was just trying to support you. That's a borderline reaction. Mm-hmm. That's all or nothing thinking.
So with you, nothing can just be nothing. It has to always be something. There always has to be a label.
Yeah, I like drawers.
I don't think they're
compartments.
They're not compartments.
Yeah, they're compartments of my mind. Yes, there are.
They're
they
labels.
Are. Labels, compartments, whatever. It all works for me.
So I can't just be nice?
That's not being nice. That's being kind of like playing victim to me.
How is me getting on video playing a victim?
No, not getting on video. That's not what I mean. Your ex is a alcoholic and your grandma was an alcoholic. Your grandma died from alcoholism. Yeah, it's sad. And when you try to confront an alcoholic or an addict of any kind, they don't like it. They know they're addicted, obviously, but there's almost like this defensiveness, like this is mine and you're not going to take it from me, even though it's killing me, even though it's making me sick. You're not going to have it. You can't have that. So, anyway, as I was saying to my husband a moment ago, and the reason I say it's borderline behavior is because I had a best friend who was borderline that did the same thing. And many borderlines do that, where you say, oh, I don't need your help right now. Fine, then I'll just go somewhere else. I'm sorry I bothered you. That irks me to no end.
But
bring your face in here if you want to be part of my video, honey.
Wouldn't the action be borderline? Because if you're going just on words, then I could be joking, which if I was joking, then it wouldn't be borderline.
Hi, Cece.
So I don't see how you can. Hi, Cece. I don't see how you can say a word is necessarily something. I mean, I'm not a therapist or anything, so I don't know.
A word?
Right. You said by what I said that it was borderline, which I always want to say Borderland just because it's a video game.
Borderland. Cece says hi.
Hey, so is it more the action that is the labeled thing, or is it the words? Because I was just kidding.
Good point. I guess it would be the action then. But generally with a true borderline person, the words go with the action. And then they go stomping off. Right, but what I'm saying
is somebody could just be joking like I was.
No, you can't change a person. That's true. Especially if they don't want to change.
See, you might not be able to change a person, but if you're good to that person, it's going to help them change a lot more than if you're a douche or ignorant, like some people I know sometimes. Not you, honey. You are always a blessing.
Mm-hmm. Good evening, Bama Mama.
Good evening. I did want to say thanks to whoever was in our live. Was it last night?
Yeah, I think
whoever was giving me encouraging words and stuff, because today, I actually helped her clean. We got the cat room cleaned completely, and I was able to get some boxes and stuff, and we made some new cat beds and some like cat tunnels and stuff out of boxes, and some more areas for them to go. And hopefully, we're gonna get more stuff done.
Yeah, we've been working together to get this house fixed up. And if you didn't hear earlier, my mom gave me permission to not come and visit her. So I'm not going to New York in May as planned. Instead, she wants me to take my tax money, super chat money, PayPal money, whatever money I get to fix up the house, because she thinks I'll feel better about my life and myself and whatever if I have a nice house or nicer house.
We were sort of busy today.
We were.
The issue with me, and I don't know if it's an autistic thing, a borderline thing, a bipolar thing, a PTSD thing, or just a Mathew thing, but when I start to do something, I get in like these like tunnel vision modes or whatever, where like I can go for days, or I could probably go for days or minutes or hours and just like keep going and going and going with no attention to if I'm in pain or uncomfortable or exhausted, and it gets really dangerous sometimes. So like today, I started one thing, got an idea in my head and started it and did it, and I kept going and going for like cleaning and everything. So I had to tell myself like, wait, dude, you have to stop. You know, you have to give yourself time to rest. And even when I said that and I did it, it was still hard for me to stop and actually rest. And now I'm like super sore. My neck is really sore, my shoulder and everything, and I can barely move.
It's good you don't have to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Orange Tabby. I appreciate that. We appreciate that. You have mania?
Oh.
Well, and I think a lot of people on here have anxiety and mania and depression, which is why I'm really usually careful about what I say. But when it comes to addiction, my master's is in addictions counseling. It bothers me personally to see people that are struggling with addiction. But I sometimes say it the wrong way, and my husband kind of corrected me on that. So I apologize to anybody I offended. I am sorry. I did not mean to make people feel like I don't like you if you smoke. I don't like you if you vape. That was not at all my intention. It just came off that way.
Right, and we were just talking about this before she got online. I don't know if we talked about this in our live yesterday or if we've just talked about it in person with each other, but it's really easy to see why God put her in my life. I think this was on a live yesterday. Um, but it's a little harder to see why he put me in her life. But I think it's one of the reasons was so I could sort of be her interpreter, I think I said. Because I understand what she means and what she's thinking. It's just a lot of the times what actually comes out is not what she's actually thinking, so it's sort of hard and people get offended. But in true reality, she never means to offend anybody. She never means to be mean to anybody. And like she was saying with the vape thing, dude, it's the action, like the vaping in itself, not the person doing the vaping that we have an issue with.
Right.
Like the person she was talking about, we both really like her. We think she's really cool. And we still watch her videos, we still like her and everything. Nothing's gonna change that. Just like with other people we like on here, more people she likes than I do. Um, but like it's hard to understand her sometimes. So I think God put me in her life so that I could help people understand her because she's a really smart person. Honestly, a pain in the butt sometimes, but I love her, and it's just I don't know.
Oh, hey, Penguins love.
Hi, Pen, love.
Pen. Pen love. Penguin.
Hey, P leave. Wait, that's a bad one. My
P-leave.
bad. So here's my
No
issue
filter.
with well, it's not that I don't have a filter. I don't, but I'm super lazy with words. So to I try to what is it? Shorten everybody's names.
Oh, actually, I did smoke. Way back when in high school, I smoked, or not high school, college. When I first went to college, I smoked in 1983 till I got pregnant and I quit immediately.
Bama Mama. They haven't tried them yet, but they will. Like it took Teddy a couple of days before he got into the one that we made him in the kitchen.
Oh, the boxes.
Yeah. I am nice. It's just I'm really misunderstood because of my past more than anything. You know, if you're looking for a good man, you could always go on a chat line like we did.
Yeah. Good, Cece. I'd like to have you around a lot longer on YouTube.
See, and I don't mean to offend
in
anybody,
general.
but one of the only things I've never really tried or ever done or ever been had the urge to do or try was smoking. But I'm around smokers all the time. My family, everybody in my family smokes and everything, and I'm cool with them.
I didn't quit when I was pregnant because it made me sick. I quit because I knew that garbage was going to my baby. All those chemicals and stuff. That's why I quit. But I didn't smoke long either. It was just like a few months. These are people on here that have smoked since they were kids or teenagers. So I get it that it's hard to quit. I was giving an opinion on my view of somebody, not or of my view of the action, not on the idea of not being understanding that it's hard to quit. I know that from addictions counseling. I know that even when I smoked for a little while, it was hard to quit. It's just that I knew there was a baby inside of me and I did not want to poison that baby with that stuff.
Is Cece the one that we watch?
Yeah, Cece.
That's what
Blonde hair.
Yeah.
She's got the rooster.
She's one of the ones I actually like.
Yeah.
I actually was in her room a couple of times, but with my social anxiety, it apparently goes to commenting in people's rooms. So I was too scared to comment.
You have an
You're
addictive
welcome,
personality. A lot of people do.
Honestly, without trying to offend anybody, because I'm really scared of offending anybody all the time. What was I gonna say? I think everybody, or if not everybody, since I don't like using extremes and stuff, a lot of people, if not most people, have one form of some kind of addiction or not. I think most people just see addictions as like drugs, alcohol, stuff like that, but an addiction can really be anything. I mean, even though and addictions aren't always bad either. Like I have an addiction to video games, but it's not a bad thing. It helps me cope, it helps ground me, it helps me get through my day without pulling what little hair I have left out. So like I think people give the word addiction a stigmatism. Is that, did I use that right? But like people think just because you say addiction, it's a bad word. Addiction is not a bad word. It's just an explanation of a thing. If anything I just said makes sense, or I could just be sounding really stupid. But that's just my opinion. That's how I see things.
Addiction is just a thing. Is that what you said?
Yeah, people think just because you say somebody's addicted to something that it's bad or you're trying to attack somebody. And an addiction's not always a bad thing. It's just something that you have or is. She thinks that makes sense. Awesome. Somebody finally thinks that makes sense.
Well, to me, who is an addictions counselor and trained as one, it is a bad thing. So we can agree to disagree on that.
So you think my video games is a bad thing?
I think being addicted to them can be a bad thing.
Okay, forget the whole word addiction. Do you think my video games is a bad thing?
Not for you.
Okay.
Because it grounds you, like you said.
So then not all addictions are bad.
Although there may be something else somewhere down the line that will ground you as much as the video games do, and you won't be as attached to them as you are.
See, me and you, we got some things in common, CC. Who knew? And I wasn't even going to get on tonight because I was super tired, but she decided to, so I figured, why not?
I really do not understand a lot about autistic people. This is a very new thing for me. Very new. I mean, I understand narcissists. I was married to one for 23 years. I understand borderlines and learning disabled. That was my second husband. This autism Asperger thing is brand new for me. So I'm learning as I go, and it's kind of hard. You're addicted to your days off and YouTube.
I am too, which is really sad for me to say because I have more days off than I don't. But working for me with my issues makes it really hard for me to work at all without being super anxious and everything.
You're addicted to YouTube.
You are not the only one, CC, and I won't mention any names because they'll deny it and get all upset, but you know, I understand. It is a little addicting though. Like now since I'm on and people are actually nice, it's not too bad.
I'm not addicted to just YouTube in general. I'm addicted. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm not addicted to true crime YouTube. I am addicted to watching videos in general. It doesn't even have to be on YouTube. It could be on Facebook or whatever. And then again, I guess I do see what you're saying about not all addictions are bad.
Yeah.
Because I use YouTube for research and stuff, and that's not bad if it's helping people.
And it entertains you and it makes you laugh.
I like to laugh. Yeah, that's really what it is.
See, so you're addicted to YouTube, but it's not a bad thing.
Documentaries, yeah, I like those too. Wow.
I don't think I could ever do it.
You weren't kidding, Owie Ranger. We went and got our taxes today, and yeah, not good. Thank you, Cece. I should do one of you too. I just won't do it unless people give me permission because I'm not going to offend people.
Even I liked her parody.
Parody.
Her parody.
Well, yeah, is all garbage people.
I think she sounded more Italian than she did anything else.
I sound like Pink. I don't sound like Molly. I can't. I can't get Molly Golightly's accent at all. I can get her faces, but not. Yeah, do you? Do you? Yeah. I will have to work on that. I had to kind of watch one of her videos and really study it to even do that much because I don't watch her all that often, except when she's doing her life coaching stuff. Because of the one time I went in there and she said, "Delusional dispeller, what are you doing here?" And then I really didn't go in there very much after that. Garbage person. I was just playing. I do like Marissa. And I think she likes me. I mean, we don't have issues with each other at all. I know she's done some things that people don't like and whatever. Oh, here we go again. Where are my mods when I need them? I don't know if this will do you any good, but
to answer your
whatever.
question, it was 20 years ago, and yes, it was children, and I'm not that same person today. Whether anybody wants to listen or not, I don't really care anymore because I'm not going to let it affect who I am today. And she knows I'm joking. I would never say anything to hurt anybody. Plus, I don't have a filter, so it's hard for me to. I don't really think about what I say before I say it. It takes a lot of effort for me to think about something before I say it. And I'm not using that as an excuse. That's just what it is.
Yeah, I already took care of that Owie Ranger. I just don't want my channel shut down because of comments, so that's why I have to block them when I see them or whatever, delete them.
And that's something that shows I've grown, is because if I would have seen that comment, I would have ran off before or got really upset or let it stop me from being on here, but I'm not going to.
Good job.
Because I'm not that person, and I'm getting really tired of the ignorance that comes with it.
That's okay, CCs. You don't want to see it. People just being mean. That's who you were telling me about? Tricks? I'm not sure who that is.
The guy that made the comment.
The guy that made the comment? Oh, tricks are for kids? Okay. Yeah. Thank you for the warning, Penguins love. Yeah, I don't know. They come in different names, trolls and stuff, and try to stir up trouble. That's all right. Whatever. That's why we have little buttons to push when we need to.
It's it's her channel, but it's hard for me to stand up for myself because when people say stuff like that, because for the longest time, I thought I was a monster. I lived like I was a monster. I thought for the longest time I was destined to go to prison. I was destined to be miserable, that I never deserved anything good. You don't have to be sorry, Cece. You didn't say anything wrong or do anything wrong. I mean, it was really hard. It took me years. It took me until I met her to finally realize that, you know what? I deserve goodness. I'm not that bad person anymore. And I'm not a monster. Yeah, I did some really stupid crap and some really bad things when I was a kid. And yeah, I regret it. I don't regret it because I got caught. I don't regret it because of the upsetness that I get now or the comments I get now. I regret it because I hurt a lot of people, not just the people I molested, but their families and their families' people, and then everybody in my family and everybody around it. Out of that, I really truly started to understand the whole ripple effect that people get with our actions. They really can hurt a lot of people.
Oh, that makes sense, Owie Ranger. Or Owie He Ranger. Oh, thank you, Joyce, for taking the wrench there. I didn't even notice if you had one.
I try.
Hang in there, penguins. We're good. Don't worry.
Yeah, I said I wasn't gonna say anybody what I think of anybody on here, so I'm not going to. I'm gonna stick to that.
Yes,
But
Mark, we're on live.
even I'm cool with you, Penguin or whatever it is.
Oh, okay, not us. Yeah, I know. Some people can't let stuff go. Seriously. Sometimes I'm guilty of that, but I try to. I mean, I don't know. I fall short just like anybody does.
There really isn't a topic, but right now the topic is me and how much bad of a person I used to be and how some people still think I'm horrible.
Hi, Deborah Michelle Johnson. How are you doing? Oh, Penguin's Love. I was going to ask you if it was okay if I did a parody of you. Because I won't do parodies unless I get permission from the people.
I wish people would get along too. Like I was saying yesterday, I wish the whole what was it, dude? The whole old song or whatever, I wish we could all just get along, or can we all just get along or whatever?
I know you've been wanting me to do a parody of you. I'll probably do one tonight. I've been thinking about it, but like I said, I would not do it unless you were okay with it. And I'm not going to do anything cruel, of course. You know me.
And I know this may sound corny, but even people that I don't necessarily like on here, or I liked and don't like anymore, or I never liked, or I may like again, I've got inspiration or insight or understanding through everybody I've seen on here. Well, most people. Um, and one of the things that I've been truly blessed with is insight. Like I'm a lot more insightful, um, well, than a lot of people. I mean, that's what my therapist has told me. That's not something I'm saying or I really believe, but thank you.
You know, somebody had asked me earlier today. I'm trying to read your comments and talk at the same time. It doesn't work too well. Yeah, I know. People were saying today that, you know, I should want friends online, and because I said, well, I didn't come on here for friends. Let me try to rephrase that again. If I make friends on here, it's going to be people that I've built up a rapport with and trust with over time. I don't call just anybody my friend. That's what I meant by that. Not that I'm going to push away friendships if they start happening on here. That's not what I meant at all. But like I said, I'm not always the clearest communicator, and what's up here doesn't always come out here. That's where this guy comes in to try to be the buffer, I guess you could say, and try to explain. But I don't always have him in my pocket to pull out either. So I'm trying to learn to communicate better. I'm going to respond to this one. Okay, first of all, stop calling my husband that, number one. And we do not have children together, and I'm not worried about DJ or anybody else. And now I have to delete your comment because of what you said in it.
See, okay, dude, so
It's okay.
this is where me and her, well, okay, some people, she said this earlier, once you're an addict, you're always an addict. I would have to disagree. Because in order to call me a molester, I'd have to be molesting somebody. I haven't molested anybody for years, nor will I ever molest anybody again. So I don't see how I could be called a molester.
Exactly. Very good. Very well put, honey. What is that thing? Is that an eggplant or something? It says well, and it looks like an eggplant, but I'm not sure what it is. It looks yummy if it is an eggplant. Can I zoom in? I'm not sure. How would you zoom in? Delete the eggplant. You don't like the eggplant? Oh,
Thank you, Mama.
I like the eggplant. I love eggplant. Have you ever had eggplant parmesan? Delicious. Mm.
Thank you, Mark.
Good point, Cece.
Thank you, Cece.
People do change. There's not a one size fits all for everybody, that's for sure. As far as Michael Jackson goes, though, they did find evidence of things in his house. So you can't totally just say, well, I just ignored that and he didn't do anything. At least that's what I heard on the broadcast, that they collected all kinds of evidence. Now, if there's something new going down that I don't know about, I don't know. You've read it all. Okay.
Yep, that's how it is. Which is one of the reasons why it took me years to get on here with her and why it's so hard for me to stay on here.
I see, Mark. Right. That's true, Owie Ranger. Well, that'll be the next YouTube
Thank you, Ranger.
drama will be about Michael Jackson, apparently. I was wondering how long it would take.
Thank you, love.
Ah, yeah, Mark, probably. I'm sure it's possible. Well, now that it's starting to get warmer out, and if it keeps getting warmer out, my husband and I are going to be cleaning up our yard and working on the house and stuff like that. And then we get to go doggy sit on the weekend again. So we'll probably film from there. Probably do a live there at my daughter's house. That's true, Cece.
See, it's really hard for me to ignore stuff like that. Like now, even though there's a lot of people in here saying positive things toward me and encouraging me, inside it's like a
Oh, that's awesome, Penguins love.
inside it's like a storm swelling up inside me, and it's really getting really intense and stuff. I've really turned towards the flight instead of the fight thing.
I don't know. There's a lot of people that have died that we still hear about stories of. You know, Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, all those people. We still talk about them.
I think Deborah asked what kind of puppy.
Oh yeah, because Penguin's getting one. Oh, you're getting a Shih Tzu. You will love the Shih Tzu, and that's perfect for you. Perfect, perfect. Hi, Erica. You finally made it again. The Zac Efron movie about. Oh wow, he plays Ted Bundy. Ooh,
Really?
yipes!
I'm gonna have to watch that movie.
I'm gonna have to not watch that movie. That'll give me nightmares about Zac Efron, and I like him.
I agree, Ranger, and I try, but it's really hard sometimes.
It is for me too. Oh my goodness.
I try to be. I believe it or not, even since knowing her, I was not this level-headed. I used to be really borderline, as she would call it. Like I used to have really bad temper tantrums. I'd get angry super quick and everything. But it's just I got really tired of all of it, and I just got up one day and said, you know what, I'm done. I ain't living like this no more. I don't want to live like this. And one of my biggest goals or biggest things or whatever the word would be is to be free.
I did that so we can see it easier because I can't read that text.
But now you can't really see it at all.
Oh, well, you can if you go like that. There you go. Well, I'm sure internet isn't helping with that, Cece. Especially the YouTube.
I know, and one of my biggest things is love, not hate.
Mark Jansen's is asking free from.
At first, when I made that goal or whatever, I thought it was just from probation because I was on probation at the time. But once I got off probation, I still didn't feel free. I still felt trapped. And for most of my life, I've been my own personal hell, like mind hell or whatever. So just to be free from that, be free from all my hangups, be free from everything that's held me back, and to be the best person I can be and to be the person that God meant me to be. I mean, when I achieve that, which probably won't happen in this lifetime, then I'll be free. But I'm always going towards that goal.
That's good, Cece. How is Sunny doing, by the way? I don't think I've seen you have your rooster videos on anymore.
Thank you, Ranger.
And I guess Sunny had his own channel, too.
So am I, Cece. Thank you, Erica.
Oh, that's good. Because I haven't seen any Sunny videos.
Who is Sunny?
The rooster.
Oh. I try, and the only reason I brought my channel back and came back on is because people said that I helped them, and that when I talk about what I go through and stuff, that people can relate, and it helps people understand some things.
Oh, I'll have to check it out, Cece. I haven't been looking like that closely at stuff lately. I just kind of skip around all over YouTube. And I totally missed the whole drama thing the other night that everybody's been talking about. I know nothing about it other than a bunch of people were mad at other people. And it was supposed to be a show where...
Thank you, Cece.
People tried to get along, and it ended up everybody bullying each other, and it was a big mess.
Who knew that we would have so much in common?
Only God.
It really is, and it's one of the things that's kept me away from it for so long. I mean, it's really sad when somebody like me who was never serious is more mature and grown up than some of the people on here.
I know what you mean, Bama Mama, and honestly, the human body is not meant to stay up all night. That's why people have mental disorders and anxiety and stuff like that. That's one of the reasons. Sleep deprivation.
I appreciate that, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
I really do not like craziness. I don't like ignorance. I don't like drama. I try to stay away from it, but you get what you get, I guess.
Yeah, Erica, I saw your message earlier about that. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's really cool. Like, we just hit our 52 mark yesterday. Like, month one. Oh, no, that's how long we've been together.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm not surprised, Owie Ranger. You have to sleep. The sleep deprivation deprives your brain of oxygen.
I get mean, too. Like, I only got, 2 hours of sleep last night.
Me, too. That's funny, Cece.
So, talking about this time change thing for a second, it's really screwed with me. The first night...
Me too.
I got to work almost an hour late because our phones didn't switch over. So it said 5:30 and when it was really 6:30. And then the next day, last night, we got up 2 hours early because her tablet was an hour later than the hour. So we got up at 3 instead of, 2 hours early. We got up at 3 instead of 5, and it's hard to get back to sleep.
Yeah, it's been crazy. This time zone stuff or time change thing threw me for a loop. Like before we switched them back or switched it ahead this last Sunday. Before that, I was having the hardest time just functioning. I was starting to get tired super early. Now I'm back to getting tired at a more normal hour, like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. But I was getting tired at around 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I just like hit the bed and I would be gone out. Oh, sorry, you got noisy neighbors, Erica.
I got noisy neighbors. They're called cats.
Oh, that's funny, Cece. They were serious about it. Protecting the rooster from people. Well, there are some crazy people. Oh, I know. I know all about the crazy emails. I've gotten some doozies myself. Considering I've been on here since 2008, you can imagine I've seen some things. Definitely. It's always the same stuff. It's just different names and different faces and slightly different circumstances, but it's all kind of the same thing. Uh-huh. Yeah, Bama, I am tired. I think I'm just like tired, worn out tired, not so much sleep tired. Just we did a lot today.
See, I'm not a therapist either, but because I'm such a nice guy and I'm such an easy person to get along with and listen to, some people, therapists included, have said that I would make a good therapist.
Well, and Erica, it's a long YouTube career, but keep in mind this whole live thing, I didn't know anything about it. I literally first went live, I think, in August when this whole Chris Watts thing started up. That was when I did my first live. I was doing uploads, but not going live. I'd never even heard of it.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, I am till the 18th. Yep. So anybody that wants to do a collab with me, this is your week. Let me know.
Us.
Or with us. You can join. We'll join you on a collab.
Never mind. Bad thought.
Yep.
Cool, Cece. And since I'm such a curious person, what did you guys find out now? Is it something new?
I don't know. Oh, good night, Joyce.
See, it's new to me, like literally new to me, because I've only been a member for, well, I've only been a member, like doing videos for like a month.
And I think, oh, hey, G. I see that you're there, G Marie.
Hey.
Did you think about what I said, by the way, G, went in the email?
I've become bummed over it too, because it just, insanity really does not make sense to me. Like people saying not to do something, but then they go and do it, or they do it in somebody else's room. It's crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of hypocrisy that goes on online. People will scold people for doing something, and then you'll hear them doing the same thing at the same time that they're scolding people, or like in the next sentence. Like, you shouldn't go in people's rooms and try to start trouble. And you're just terrible for saying this against that person. And then in the next breath, they're saying all kinds of stuff about some other people. And it's like, why is it any different if you do it?
Man, dude. No, I'm getting tired.
Mark, are you referring to the whole thing about Shanann on the floorboards and the kids with their feet on her and all that stuff? Is that the new stuff you're talking about, them discovering? Because I already heard about that.
I know. The whole CW thing just blew everything up.
It did.
But the one, since I'm such a positive thinker, the one good thing that did come out of it is I'm on YouTube now. I'm growing and becoming a better person because of it and getting less and less anxious. We've I've met all you guys have met me, and stuff like that.
Mark, where is a link that I can... Oh, you're talking... Yeah, that's still the same thing I'm talking about. Where Bella walked in, asked him what was going on, and she saw him kill her sister and stuff. I heard about that. It's all horrendous. And I'm still saying the same thing I've been saying from the get-go. I want to have copies of, or a copy of Chris Watts's psych evaluation.
That would be a very interesting evaluation.
That is something I want to know. What is his mental status? What was his mental status?
Yeah, she's really good at educating people.
Thank you, Owie Ranger.
On narcs.
Yeah. And the scary thing is there's a lot of narcissists and a lot of borderline people on YouTube right now.
I have my own opinions of the CW thing and stuff I'll never talk about on here. But it'll be interesting to see if I'm right or was right.
Hey, Angela. Well, thanks for stopping in to send your love and say hello. Yeah, Cece, he imitates emotions, which is what narcissists do. Or psychopaths, whatever. They do what they got to do, as the time calls for it. I have said from the get-go, and I will say again, any of those videos you saw him in, there was no genuine connection with those kids. Right, Cece. We agree on that. Hi, Lindsay.
Hello.
Right on time. Once our other moderator left, she pops in. Awesome. Good timing.
Awesome.
Awesome. Well, I got that New York or whatever thing going on because I did that Marissa thing. Narcissists are very good actors. And the thing is, there were red flags even in the videos Shanann posted. So it wasn't like we didn't know that something was going to go down. The dog video, some of the other videos, the way she was talking to him, something was brewing behind the scenes and people knew it. It's just too bad if her friends were watching those videos she was uploading on Facebook that they didn't step in. Or maybe they did. I don't know. I don't think they did, though. I didn't hear anything about it, so. Right, Bama. Narcissists do not know love. They don't have love. They have no concept of what love is.
True, KK. That actually makes sense.
Uh-huh. To me, a psychopath is just an extreme narcissist. Basically. Except they have different motives. A narcissist does things because they need that supply of people praising them or fearing them or whatever. Psychopaths do what they do because they literally hate people. They loathe the very breath they breathe and want to destroy them. They are murderous in their hearts and have no good in them. Psychopaths. Oh, that's fine. You can go into Cece's room too. I usually go in hers too. That's true, Owie Ranger. They are mirror. They do mirror. That's because as babies, as little kids, their mothers did not mirror back to them. You know, when you hold a baby in your arms and that baby's looking up at you and you're like, oh, yeah, you're such a good baby. Yes, you are. A narcissist mom did not likely do that to them. They didn't mirror back to them. The baby will look up and smile. We were just watching a documentary on this the other day about a baby They had a mother do that to the baby, and then all of a sudden they told her just make a like stern face and don't respond when the baby coos and smiles, don't respond. And that baby went from giggling to becoming very angry and frustrated and crying till the mom finally said, "Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's called attachment." And narcissists, they don't attach properly and they don't detach from their children properly. They don't let the child individuate and become their own being.
What's an empath?
An empath is somebody that feels people's feelings very intensely as if they're their own feelings.
So I would sort of be one?
If that's how you are around people, if you absorb their energies and stuff.
It would make sense.
Well, most autistic people, I think, are. Or a lot of them are.
That looks fine.
Yes, mommy issues. And I said that too when they showed Mrs. Watts online, and I made that video about exposing her as a narcissist, and people were up in arms at me, at my throat. She's grieving the loss of her grandchildren. How could you say that? Easy. It's what I saw. It's what I saw in her whole demeanor and the mocking expressions on her face and the scowls when she talked about Shanann. It's pretty evident. No woman would ever be good enough for her little Christopher. And just the fact that she called a grown man Christopher in that tone pointed out to me right there. That's a narcissistic parent, if you call them a parent. A narcissistic egg donor is the way I describe her. She's not worthy to be called a mother, in my opinion. Right, Deborah. Yeah, Dr. Phil is interesting. I mean, he definitely was good on that interview today with the Rusex. Gray Rock strategy.
What is Gray Rock strategy?
Explain to my husband, Owie Ranger, what gray rocking is. He doesn't understand. This is going to be a changing day in your life. Okay.
See you, Mark.
Good night, Mark. Thanks for coming in. Be blessed. Sleep well.
What she said.
Get rid of that sleep deprivation. So, Owie Ranger, what is gray rocking? If you can explain it, clarify it for us.
Oh, man. Sorry.
You know, it's interesting to me. There's very few people in these rooms anymore. I think, Dr. Phil, I think YouTube has nixed a lot of our progression.
Thank you, Jackie.
Yeah, how's that working out for you? What the were you thinking? I didn't just come in on the turnip truck. You two are a great couple. Thank you, Jackie. Yeah, they only wanted his school trophies and jerseys. Complete disinterest. Boring, no arguing, no nothing. What do you mean? Oh, with gray rocking, yeah. Detaching is another way of putting it. Or going no contact. Or holding on loosely is another way of saying it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, basically mirroring back to the narcissistic egg donor what she did to you as a baby. Pretty much how it goes. Yep, don't take the bait. Exactly. Yeah, they hate it. They really do. They hate it when you will not react to them. It confuses them because they don't understand because they're such vicious reactors and you don't react. They don't get it because they figure you're joined at their hip. You should be doing exactly what they would be doing.
It would have been.
Yeah, G.
See, and I mean, I don't obviously get that because I didn't go through your situation, but I've had the conversation with myself and with other people that would it have been better if I was one of those people that never had a dad? Or was it better to have the bad dad that I had, but still have a dad in my life? And every time I have to go without hesitation that I think it would have been better if I would have never had a dad in my life at all than to have the dad I had for the times I had him.
I agree with that.
And if we're being completely honest here, I have never, for the 35 years I've been alive, ever felt like I was at home or with the right family, if that makes sense.
That's good, Owie Ranger.
It is.
Whatever works for you. Anyway, I guess I'm going to get going here. We've been on for over an hour. I'm going to get moving. Oh, I'm sorry, G. Marie.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's awful. Like I asked you earlier, did you get my message in email? And are you okay with doing what I was suggesting? Do you think that would be helpful to that person? I'm only asking you here because I can't seem to get a hold of you any other way. So I'm getting kind of tired. It's almost 10 o'clock here. So anyway, if you are interested, I will talk to the person and see if they are open to me giving you their email so you guys can talk. Ah, gotcha, Owie Ranger.
That's how I am with somebody at work.
Pass the butter.
I mean, sometimes that's what you gotta do.
Yeah, you go, pass the butter, you garbage people. We all know there are no garbage people except for psychopaths. The ones that can't and won't be helped. I mean, not all psychopaths. All right, G. Fair enough. All right, y'all. I'm going to get off of here. I am so tired. I need to get off out of this chat room, and I need to go make my video that I said I was going to make.
Yeah,
so.
Thank you, too, for everybody that stood up for me and encouraged me.
Definitely.
You guys are the reasons I was still on and didn't go somewhere else and do something. So I really appreciate knowing that there's actually good people on YouTube. It gives me hope for YouTube.
Yep. At least for our room. We will have the safest room on here, unless other people get the memo and finally make their rooms safe too. All right, y'all. Have a good night, everybody.
I might have to look up some of those Grey Rock videos.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go watch some Grey Rock videos now. Thank you. We'll keep on doing what we do.
We will.
God bless.
Yep. Good night.
Bye.